All right, now thank you so much for staying with us here on the Bottom Line KE. You're just in time for that discussion that we are having tonight. What are we talking about? Well, we are looking at what should be the role of women in the 2022 politics. It is a question rather than a statement. We are asking what should be the role of women in the 2022 politics. And for this discussion here on the Bottom Line KE, I have my guests here who are three women, because when you want to understand matters women, you also have to have them on the table, right? Okay. Now, for this particular discussion, I have Honorable Charity Kathambi, who is a member of Parliament, Njoro constituency, just sitting next to me. Thank you so much for making time for this discussion. All right, now next to her is Dr. Juliet Kimemia, who is a gubernatorial candidate for the Kiambu County. Thank you so much for coming. And next to her, or rather further right, is it my right or my left? This my right? Yes. All right. Now is Hon.Munialo Reenah Khatsika, who is a member of Parliament for the, or rather MP candidate for Kiambu constituency. Thank you so much, women, for making time for this particular discussion. What are we looking at? The role of women in the 2022 politics. Right now, we are in the political mood already, and we've just seen women coming together and just supporting one another for different positions. But before we get into that supporting one another, I'd just like to get now to understand what it is like as a woman in the political space right now. And I'll start with you because you are vying for the Kiambu constituency. You are already on the campaign trail. How is it for you?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My name is Hon.Munialo Reenah Khatsika, and I'm 32 years old. I'm vying for MP Kiambu constituency, and I'm happy and I'm glad to not only represent women, I also represent young women, and I also represent youth at the same time. So on my side, putting into consideration in 2017, I vied for an MCS seat, Kiambu Township. I can talk on the little or maybe slight experience that I've got. And as a woman or as a young woman, sometimes it's not easy because the way our country is cultured, like for example, when a woman steps out, the first question they start asking you, are you married? Or
that's a question people get to ask
you know. Yeah, but you see, first they want to understand where is your marriage status, first of all, like standing. They want to know that. Like for me, I'm Luya and I vied in Kiambu. So after answering that, they go ahead and answer, oh, the man you're married to, is he from Kiambu or because I'm Luya and yet I'm vying in Kiambu. So you find as a woman and as a young woman, these are some of the questions that people tend to ask before they even ask you your agenda.
All right.
And of which it should be the opposite. They should ask you first of all, what do you want to do for us before they start asking your status and your what and your what. Okay. Yes.
Now let me come to you, Honorable Charity. You are a sitting member of Parliament right now. She explains exactly some of the questions that she's been asked. Are you married? Where exactly do you come from, and other? How old are you, and things like that? Are these some of the things that you've also got to experience when you are campaigning for your seat?
Thank you very much. As you said, for the people who are viewing, let me appreciate you for giving us this good chance to be with you. As you said, I'm Charity Kathambi, Chepkonye Member of Parliament, Njoro constituency, and let me support what she has said. It is purely impunity. Women have to undergo a lot of hell. We undergo a lot of pain. And actually we share almost the same culture with her. Because myself, having been born in Gema, which is Meru, and married to Kamatusa, which is a Kalenjin, and I'm vying for the position of Member of Parliament in Njoro constituency, I have to undergo those questions. And actually the biggest impunity in this country, when women come up with ideas that they are interested to vie, to bring a change, to do something different from what men did, we undergo different questions. Someone asks you, where were you born? Who has married you? Are you married? In fact, even they have gone to another painful scenario where you meet even a lady lost, but probably a certain woman lost even a husband. And someone will tell you, are you still single? And you remember she's just a lady mourning the death of the husband. Therefore, women have to undergo a lot of pain. But what I'll encourage women, yes, we can make it. Let us encourage one another, because politics, it's part of leadership where we want to play great role and also to be in the amongst the people who are making the right decisions for this country. Okay,
Daktari, you see, this seems to be cutting across the board. I don't know about your experience right now. Is somebody asking you, where, who is your husband, for me to actually consider whether I'm going to give you my vote or not?
Like what my two sisters have said, women are subjected to questions that are extremely selective. Let me appreciate you for inviting us to this show. My name is Dr. Juliet Kimemia. I am vying for the gubernatorial seat. I want to be the next governor of Kiambu County. And the Kiambu County has accepted. It is a very unique county. They have said they want a woman governor this time. They've had 3 governors who are male, and they are saying it is time a woman takes over. So the issue of the questions that are asked, of course, are you married? And I say, yes, I am. I am happily married. Has your husband allowed you to contest? How do you explain to your husband that you're going into politics, and politics is not for married women? So you see now the question she is asked is twisted.
It's twisted
to make me, a married woman, look like I am not respectful to the marriage institution. Then the other question comes, where are you born? Or do you come from Kiambu? Do you come from Kiambu East or Kiambu West? And I'm like, okay, my father was a teacher. He was born in Njoro. He taught in different parts of the country and carried all of us, so I don't even know where I come from. Then my father is buried in Nakuru, so that is where I come from. And my husband, the mother comes from Githunguri. Him, he's born in the city. So I don't
there's a lot of confusion around that.
There's a lot of confusion around that. And then that is used to remove marks from your qualification.
So
because you're not bona fide Kiambu. Because it is my husband's mother who comes from Githunguri, where we say is our home. It's very interesting, but somehow we are circumventing because it's both a stereotype and a stigmatization of politics. And thanks to social media, and thanks to our children and the generation that is behind us, the generation of between 35 and 45 is
a little bit
not really interested
in whether you are a married woman,
they are not
where
interested,
you come from, and all that.
Most of them are married, separated, married, single, and you know all those funny marital status that are happening around. So it is relatively easy for women.
Okay, now let me come to you, Munialo, because if we are asking the question that where were you born, and if you are married to this particular person from this particular area, then is it hard if you're not born in that particular area, or is it hard if you are married to that particular area?
It goes both ways, because you find these people that they post that question, first of all, they have that mentality that we want to elect our own. Yes, we want to elect or to give position someone from our home. You know, like I've been privileged, I know a bit of Kikuyu. So you find maybe there they will say we want someone from Hadoa Nyoba, something like that. So, of which myself as a youth, myself as a young professional, because at the same time I run an organization. I'm also a young entrepreneur. I've been running my business the last 7 years. So I've also employed young people and also other people. So you find at this point what I advocate is, don't look so much of someone from the tribal angle, because at this global age, there's something we call transfer of skills. When you look at what is happening around Africa, around the globe, someone from China will come from China and come and build our roads here in Kenya. The person is not born here. The person, even you find, they don't know even the roots. The person will arrive here, they don't know whether we have Quick Mart supermarket or Naivas or whatever. They don't know. But they will come here, they will transfer their skills from where they are coming from, miles and miles away, but they'll be able to do something here. Something of a very, even way much budget that we think of, billions and billions of shillings. So, but we have entrusted this person with our economy. This is our future. This is the future of our children. You know, so it is the same thing that should be applicable when people are electing their leaders. You look at what kind of skill is this person bringing. What kind of development? Not just whether they are from this particular area or not. Yes, it is the bigger picture. What kind of things does this person or the person is trying to implement? Yes.
Okay. Now let me come to you, Honorable Charity. I want to, because now you are already in. How do we navigate around it and just make from these questions and how people are being questioned, whether they come from this particular community, whether they are married to this particular community, how old they are first. How do you navigate around that as somebody who is a woman and also aspiring to be in these particular positions?
Thank you very much. First, let me comment on something which I had forgotten to say. Most of the times, it is not the voters who taint our names. People who taint our names, they are our male opponents, whom we are vying the same position with. Therefore, let me also say this. Kenyans have totally changed. Kenyans are no longer buying the issues of deception, the issues of tribalism. They are killing it. I want to give an example of Njoro constituency. I was a chief campaigner for His Excellency the Deputy President and the President from 2012 to 2013. Therefore, when Jubilee government took over, actually I got a chance to be appointed as a director and a Minister of Education. And with the small docket I was given, I did the best I could. That 2017, the people of Njoro constituency, they were now telling me, Charity, we would like you vie for the position of the Member of Parliament. Therefore, what I also want to say on this platform, let us not lose hope as women. Let us continue giving the civic education that yes, we can do it, so that people can also understand the issues of tribalism, the issues of hatred, the issues of gender matters should not be the first priority to be considered. Therefore, I want to say this. For Njoro constituency, it is a landmark, it is a benchmark of barring the tribalism in this country, 2017. Because actually when we came to sell our ideas, what we want to do for them, my opponents who are male, they were just selling the ideas why I should not be elected because I'm a woman, because from this tribe, married to this tribe, because of ABCD. But Njoro people made a decision that we are now going to elect a woman so that we can see the difference between the people who are there previously men and the women. Therefore, I can sit here comfortably and say, for our colleagues, female who are vying in this country, let them not lose hope. Let them continue selling the ideas. Kenyans have changed. Kenyans are now electing women. And in fact, 2022, this country is going to shock many because majority of women are going to be elected.
All right, now we are getting into that because you're talking about what is your role in this particular election, because it's 2022 and we are seeing a lot of women just coming out and saying we want positions. You're not going for a member of county assembly, you're not going for a running mate, you're going for the governor's position. All right, now how is that when it comes to the support that you have around you and people just pushing you and the women around you probably supporting you to take this particular position first? What informed that?
Thank you very much. I vied for Senate in 2017. on a KANU party ticket. Of course, you know what happened in 2017. It was either the Jubilee way or the highway.
Okay.
So small parties didn't make a lot of sense that time. But I chose to run on KANU because I wanted to get to the ballot. Okay. And it worked perfectly well for me because I didn't have to go through any nomination. You remember the Jubilee nominations were extremely heavy on everybody. In fact, congratulations, Charity, because she was able to unseat a man and clinch the Jubilee nomination. So I was new in politics. My background is academia. I am a career lecturer at JKUAT. But I didn't want to continue teaching. Especially when I was awarded my PhD, because it was such a tedious process. I decided I don't want to be in the space of the university, so the Holy Spirit ministered to me to get into politics. So it was both exciting, scary, of course a shocker to very many people that I am running for office. I was the chairperson of the finance committee of the Catholic Women Association in Archdiocese of Nairobi. So even the women of Kitamba were like, dear lady, you're going for elective. And I said yes, because the Cardinal, there's a time he preached very emotionally on why we are having bad decisions being made. It's because the decision makers at that space don't fear God. So he prayed for us and he told us he wants to see women who fear God go into politics so that the decisions that affect the lives of our people are consultative, they are people-centered, and they are not selfish. So that motivated me. And of course my party supported me very well. And towards the end of that process in 2017, when now it was, I think, like 2 weeks to elections, we created the first coalition, the first handshake. So I did a handshake with Waitito and the Wamatangi, and we agreed that we will ensure that Jubilee coalition forms government. So fast forward, we worked together. They got the government. They were able to unseat the first governor. And I got a position as a minister. So I have served in the county as a CC in charge of transport and infrastructure, and also in charge of trade and industry. So for 3 years I've been in the county, and I have the requisite experience, exposure. I know how to run government, and I have been now in my capacity as a minister touched and engaged with the entire county. We you know, in really undertaking the tasks that the mandate that I've been given as a minister. So I have right now very serious backing, and I know that I will be elected as the next governor. Okay, we wish you the best when it comes to that particular. All right, now, Honorable Munialo, I just want to understand from you as a woman getting into this space, the support base for you. How is it like? Because we are seeing so many women being fronted for top position when it comes to being a governor, and just the support coming along, being the running mate and the support coming along. Are you experiencing the same? Before we come to whether we are women actually their worst enemies or not. Let's start with that.
What I can say is that there's that support that women are getting across the country, because currently I'm vying with Kenya Kwanza coalition and under ANC, and what I can say is that, and this is a congratulations that I also give to, let's say, UDA, they have a secretary general, a lady. So you see, if the leadership somewhere, they can be able to front a lady, this also encourages other women, you see. So I also in ANC, they also have leadership with on women and also youth. So this is also encouragement to women and also youth.
Okay.
So, and besides currently, also in the, when you see in the nominations, the way the payment was structured, women and youth, they were paying half of the amount. You see, this is also a step forward to encourage women. You can come on board. You don't, even if you don't have maybe the full amount, but at least the amount was slashed to 50% for both women and youth. This is also an encouragement to women to come out more.
Now, I want to touch on something, what I pointed to her before she started answering the question, is because now we normally say you are your worst enemies, and right now you seem to be singing in unison when it comes to supporting one another. So are you your worst enemies when sometimes you just do not want to support one another? And what happened this time that you just come together and decided that we want this for this particular position, and from whichever political divide, it doesn't matter? Let me start with you.
Brian, women are not the enemies of women. That is just a misconception, which is most of the times brought by our competitors who are male. Let me surprise you. The pain all women undergo, they actually have no room to make sure another woman goes under the same pain. The impunity, the propaganda, the insults women undergo, we cannot even afford to waste even 1% of our time making other women undergo what we undergo. Now, what I'm trying to say here, there is no enemy woman to another woman. It is just a misconception with our colleagues male. Therefore,
so it is the male that started this narrative?
Yes.
But actually, when they say if you decided to front a woman and make her a president, she will actually vote for her and she will become a president, but that's a case that never happens.
I think what I'll tell you, most of the times when even women are united to support a woman, the only person who will come and have a dark plan to make that woman fail, it is just a man who will try to lobby from other corners. But as for women, we are currently supporting one another. We are currently praying for one another. Because when I give you an example, we are 23 members of parliament out of 290 in the entire country. But what the kind of support we give one another. When you meet us lobbying for project in every ministry from morning to evening as a team, because we just want to be a model, accepting that in this country or in African culture, we have had a lot of culture which has been in great impunity to women. Therefore, what we do as women, we even sit together, we plan, we lobby different projects. Why do we do that? So that we are going to deliver, we are going to perform and make the work for other women who are coming behind us to be more easier. Therefore, we have never had an enmity among us as women.
All right. Now, I want to take a short break here, but before I do that, let me just give you a few seconds to respond to this. Are you your worst enemies? Are you receiving support from fellow women when it comes to, vying for this particular position that you want to go for?
I'm receiving amazing support.
All right.
From not just...
So it's not that the people around your circle are actually your enemies?
The issue of women are their enemies is a stereotype. And what I keep telling people is that it's good to interrogate history. The access and entry of women successfully into politics has been progressive. Because before Charity and Tim got in, there were only 16. So they improved by maybe 15%, 20%. Look at 2013, there was no single woman governor, no single woman senator. 2017, we got 3 out of 12 who vied. By the way, I was in the ballot for Senate. We were only 12 in the whole country. And 30% of us got. We got 3 senators. There were only 6 governors in the ballot, and 50% got. What that means is, it's a game of numbers. Yes.
All right. Now, I think I want to take a short break here, but when we come back, we'll be looking at now your specific roles. What kind of role is the women movement playing in the 2022 politics? Are we going to see you shaking the ground when it comes to that and just changing the narrative? And also looking at the two-third gender rule. It is a discussion we've been having for quite a while. You are a member of parliament. You sit in that in the house when you start to discuss that important debate, and every time we seem not to achieve it. All right. And also you are in political parties that are constantly defying having the two-third gender rule being applied. So how exactly do we go about that? That is the discussion we will continue having, and we will be having rather after this particular break that I'm about to take. All right.